32-degree weather last night.
All right. We are on YouTube. We're missing one out of my level 2s. High school law enforcement ABCC. They're set up. They're processing the crime scene. There is the evidence. The call is a possible shooting. They have conducted their search. This is what they have found. Katie, team leader, first on the scene. She has secured the scene. Jordan and Paxton, is that what you said? Mm-hmm. Y'all are measuring. Y'all are on the tape detail. Noah, what's your role?
Whatever Katie's want me to do.
He's writing down their measurements and stuff like
Writing
that.
down the measurements. Katie's going to do the sketch too.
Yeah, when it's all done.
And Ethan is going to photograph.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. First of all, we need room dimensions. Correct? And we are rounding to what?
The nearest half inch.
Okay. Let's get out of y'all's way. All right, Ethan, if you're going to be photographing, it's going to be hard to do that sitting down with a Chick-fil-A cup. You can go ahead and mark. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Just, yeah. And use your tent markers.
So is it like sort of wall to wall?
You need the walls, right?
Just take a picture of the whole thing.
Put it through that thing.
I would do an overall. Different views. Close-ups. Anything of detail.
Oh. That's kind of.
All right, who's got the 0 in?
You need to put it on the wall.
Yeah, they do like separate bullets and gun.
Yeah, separate bullets, overall, different angles. All right, if you're going to do close-up is a good idea. What do you need for a close-up shot? If you look at something close up,
Something to scale.
yeah. Look in your toolbox.
So
Probably.
20 feet and 11 and a half inches.
Okay.
Something like this.
I literally just said it.
There is a ruler.
11 and a half inches.
No, when you did that,
Yep.
you got that.
By what?
Yeah.
We haven't done that yet.
All right, pause before we move on with the room measurement. Who has the 0 in?
What is that?
The dummy end.
There.
Okay. Where is the end of that tape measure? What are you using for 0? The outside of that metal ring? Okay. Good, because that's where 0 is. All tape measures are not that way. This one is. We checked that. You weren't here. We checked that with a ruler. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be the. So I'm fishing again.
All right.
It's like me when I got my ticket.
All right, so you got length or width, whichever one that is.
I think it'd be better over there because we don't have a desk in our way.
Well, why don't you just do this right through the middle?
I was gonna throw it under the desk.
Make it easy.
Or you could go
Just-
straight
I don't do the middle.
Just don't, absolutely do not disturb the evidence there, Ethan, and anybody else.
Yeah.
Put the tape measure over.
Yeah, make it easy.
Work smarter, not harder.
That's what I'm saying.
Although I think that's not Paxton's logic.
Let me get a shot of what I'm talking about. All right, that. That would be the dummy end. All right, now make sure your tape measure good. Looks nice and straight, parallel.
20
20 feet, 11 inches.
Did you say 20 feet?
Yeah. Alright, it should be. Did you get it?
Okay. Once you get all those, Ethan, you can use your tent markers. Maybe take a couple extra shots. Kind of protect. Don't put them over them, but put them where everybody else can see them.
So what? Retract it.
What'd you say? Did you ask for a protractor?
No, I still need
Oh.
to retract that.
Oh, retract. Wow, we're getting into geometry too?
No.
I hope not.
So I guess we wait for them to finish getting stuff to scale.
You need to measure the width of both of those doors.
And we need entry and exit points. Okay. And
Don't
B,
get fired.
What you mean, y'all?
Y'all are teams.
So like,
so outside of frame, inside of frame, inside of frame, however you're going to do it, just do it consistently on both doors. Outside to outside is probably better.
It's like 3 feet, 4 inches.
that's
Okay.
around
Katie, you want to start sketching, at least roughing it? Because this is field sketch.
Sure.
Or do you want to,
I
or
was
you,
going till he had all of it, but I mean, it don't matter.
you can start drawing like the box of the room.
it.
You got it? Noah got it?
I'll go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 6 feet, 10 inches. Did you get it, Noah?
Okay. You might take just a couple more shots like that, just overall, not close-ups. And then you can upload those to the shared drive. If you don't have access to the shared drive, get with Katie. You got to have that.
I
What
don't think
Wait, do y'all
What's-
need to do that?
Is shared with you on Google
Yeah.
Drive?
I think you have to have that Google. What's the
Is
other?
that- is that the-
Google Drive.
That's the inside of it, isn't it?
Google Drive app. Okay. Yeah.
It's called LE2.
Oh no, they had to do it
Pictures.
yesterday, so.
1 foot, 1 inch.
Is that inside or outside?
On the outside.
All right. So you got a question from our scribe questioning whether or not our measuring team needs to locate the door. If they don't do that, how are you going to make your sketch?
I'm just confused as to why they're doing the outside of the frame.
They're doing corner to outside of the frame so that this can be drawn to scale if needed. If they don't get that measurement, you don't know what, you're just ballparking where that door is. And they're also not going to assume that both doors are 100% equal. Not going to make any assumptions in taking these measurements.
Jordan, what was that measurement?
1 foot, 1 inch.
You-
Yeah, that's all. That's all I remember.
I'm not sure with that.
It's typed like
3
LE
feet, 4
and two
inches.
lowercase
from
L, not in the
wall
number,
to-
you just search it.
No, it's just the width of the door.
What was it?
3 feet, 4 inches.
Make sure you take measures pulled
What's it called?
Snug.
What?
and you're
Two,
straight.
Like two lowercase L's
What
instead
inch?
of the number two.
Okay.
What?
3 feet
Yeah, I
what?
think it's called
4
like
inch.
17, 18 pictures.
Are they the same width? Were they the same width?
Two uppercase
From
I's.
here?
Yeah.
Should be.
Well, it should be. And are they?
I can't remember.
What's the numbers on that door? Are they the same? For what?
3 feet, 4 inches by 6 feet, 10 inches.
This one's 6'10".
Okay. It's the
It's a taller
same.
door.
Those.
So, well, the same dimensions, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, what was it again?
6'10".
Bob, what? What I said?
Like,
It's the same as that.
like width was 3'4", and length up and
Six,
down.
that's 6'10".
Yeah.
That's the same as that.
Actually, photographer, since you got your phone, just make a quick walk around of video
1 foot 2 inches.
and upload it to you. You took the
From
pictures.
door to wall.
Just start at the door.
I'm gonna let it.
Well, after it uploads, pan around, And then,
It takes forever to load, by the way. I don't think they all like loaded until I got home.
well, school Wi-Fi is slow.
I don't know what they mean. They didn't like how tall the wall is. No.
You probably would need to get that. I don't have a ladder, and I'm not gonna put y'all.
Not for this, I would.
You would need the wall height, but without a ladder, I'm not gonna put y'all on. I'm not gonna put you on a desk. So assume that's 10 feet.
Okay, we measure this from the same point. From both.
All right, now
Okay.
small objects. Katie should be also making note of how they're laying. Pictures got that.
Oh, those switch. That one used to be laying on the side, and the silver one's not standing up this time.
Yeah, a little bit different problem. Where are you going to measure from? Needs to be consistent.
Are you talking about the axis?
Well, we got X and Y axis. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
Right, one wall to the other wall. But I mean, exactly to the object. Are you going to measure, like the bullet casings, are you going to measure to the breech end? Are you going to measure, how are you going to measure them? Your purpose in this, remember, and your purpose for all these recordings and your sketch
Just to locate where they are.
is so 3 years from now, if you think, remember John Bonet's crime scene? I mean, that was 3D. To be able to reconstruct this based on your notes, pictures, videos, perfectly 3 years from now. So how are you going to measure those? Got X and Y. Okay, you're going to use X and Y. Where are you going to put your zero in, or where are you going to put your measuring in on that, on the object?
The base on them, even though one's on the ground.
Is that going to give you, you could, especially on the one that's standing up, right? Because it's not angled or facing or anything like that. What about the ones that are laying down?
You might want to do it from the back where the firing pin hits it.
Okay, but then how are you going to recreate exactly that angle? Same thing with a gun.
You gotta say where they're pointing towards, like which direction.
Okay, it's a little, is there not a better way other than ballparking it? You're holding it in your hand. Measure at 2 points. The base and the tip. Then you can measure the length and you can draw, and you got it. For our purposes, hang on before you touch it. Let's measure from the center. That's another way to do it. So if you're off a few degrees, you've got pictures, you've got video, you've got sketches. That'll be a lot faster than taking 2 measurements for each shell.
7 feet and 3.5 inches.
And then we do it same from the other side, just to the middle.
Since you're there, I would probably get all those measurements and then move and get your cross measurements.
Did you get that number?
Make sure it's numbered right. Count which ones it is. So the measurement for that one was number 4.
I would, instead of crossing yourself up, going over evidence, I would probably do the barrel, the muzzle of the weapon now. And you just got that tint marker in your way.
Do the same with the gun.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 feet.
No.
No. Oh, you said center of the gun. Now the gun's bigger, so I would do 2 points.
Yeah.
Are you good now?
Yeah.
9 feet 8 inches.
Okay. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just sick.
You can move the tint markers.
So do it from those two.
Yeah, I do from the bottom of the grip of the weapon. Be careful with that tape.
Tractor.
I can't make it.
Like, real careful with that tape. That's awfully close.
Do we have to count that?
Whatever you want to count.
Okay.
9 feet, 8.5 inches.
Okay.
Retract it a little bit. A little bit.
Okay. Center of the next shell.
No, 11.5 inches.
Okay.
Oh. This one's at 9 feet.
All right, now carefully move over to your Y axis. You can move, if you need to move desks or whatever to get over there, by all means.
So for the gun, we would just go back to the 2 points where we measured the first time and then like.
Yeah. So, same thing, same exact thing, you're just using a different axis. And it's fun.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. Just watching.
You get to do the hard part then, putting all that together.
Not so much.
You know, it's kind of hard.
All that and that. So guess who you are heavily dependent on?
Yeah.
Well, the whole team is. You're dependent on them to take accurate measurements, but you're also dependent on Noah to write them down correctly, and
11
Ethan
feet, 4.5
for his
inches.
photographs and video.
11 feet, 4.5.
Yeah.
It is in the middle of that, so.
Are you on 10
10 feet, 11 inches.
Time out. Are you on 3 or 2?
It looks like he's
This
on
is 3.
Okay. Jordan, what was the measurement?
10 feet and 11 inches. Ten feet, 7 inches.
Again, now we're just gonna have to move the desks over.
Or I can just.
We can move the desks over.
Then later I have to move it back.
So you get all this for free in law enforcement: math, construction skills, reading tape measure, sketching.
11 inches, 3 feet.
Do what?
11 feet and 3
You
inches.
said it backwards.
I know.
Okay. 11 feet, 3 inches?
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't write that down.
Well,
Pull the, what's it called?
11 feet, 9 inches.
Okay, let's see what Katie has so far. Oh, look. You
I
can
have
put
a
the-
box.
You can put the A5 instructional model poster,
You got one measurement?
which I already have up, just a smaller version. All right. Let's see what you have.
This is my drawing. It's a box. Those are the doors. And that's where I'm going to put the measurements whenever I get them.
Okay.
And I didn't draw the other stuff yet because I didn't know how far away it was. So, and this is Noah's stuff.
Okay. What else do you need on your crime scene sketch besides all the evidence?
There's. You said the discs don't count, so I don't really know
I'm thinking identifiers.
identifiers.
Yeah. Who's doing it? Who all was there, date, time? all that kind of stuff. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Got that.
We can do that for the plastic baggies for whenever we do searches.
Oh, we just found an idea.
What?
We use one of these to make it like
A
cocaine.
chalk outline?
No,
No,
the
cocaine.
coke.
Like if we need, like, if
Like
they
whenever we
come
start
Oh,
doing searches.
in, you could use like a ruler or scissors.
All right. So you got your measurements. What would be the next step?
Run it from feet to inches or something.
Contain the evidence.
That's where I'm getting to. Yeah, you don't need that for that.
Put it on whatever it's called.
Collected, but only after you are absolutely sure
Your sketch and the pictures are good.
that you got everything you need.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you to use evidence bags. Okay. What all would the evidence bag contain? What all information? It's got the evidence in it, clearly. What else would it have?
Name and who you transfer it to.
Okay. Name and what else?
Date,
And,
location.
yeah, time. Okay. I don't actually know if she has any evidence bags in there or not.
She has these things.
No. There's some bio bags. Could put it in that.
There's markings on them.
Looks like it's in pencil.
Is that?
Maybe a job for y'all to erase all that. All right, and Katie, we'll work on that on your sketch Monday. There's a template in there. Did you see it with the little shapes and whatnot?
No, I'm trusting you to keep up with my drawing.
Grab that template.
Just keep the notebook.
Template, yeah. Show it to Katie.
Katie, just keep the notebook.
Keep up with the evidence.
So, is there anything on there you can use?
Probably the
Let me see
squares.
this.
They're rectangles.
I can use this. These little weapons.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Mm-hmm. What else?
We don't really have like any of that, so
Maybe these little guys.
yeah, I can
And
use
label 'em.
those.
Okay. You could also use that and that to delineate which wall is north, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Anybody got questions? Everybody good? All right. So should I count this as a grade?
I feel like
Or
I
should-
feel like I did my part good. You know.
All right. So this will be the end. Instead of piecing a bunch of stuff together, what do we say at the end of a YouTube video?
Like, subscribe, and comment. That's
Okay.
what you say at the end
Yeah.
of it.
And share.
And share.
Right. All
Send it
right.
to your mom.
All right. Good job, guys.